Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. Moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. No, he saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit. God, I'm complete. Secretly in prayer, gotta keep it real discreet. All the verses they don't write on God breathe.
Hey.
Oh, hello.
It's Wealthy
Marriage Wednesday.
You know what time it is.
Hello, welcome.
Love.
This is the best time of the
Wealthy
week.
Marriage Wednesday. Everybody does. That's why you're here with us. And so share it out, like, subscribe, all those different things wherever you are. We about to be talking about some fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We were asked to talk about real estate. Coach John
and Coach
Joy. You said, hey, we want to hear about real estate from y'all. I know y'all look like you happily married.
We are.
Some people kind of fake happily married. Well, what if you actually like each other? Then you kind of feel bad for liking each other.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Well, sometimes you do, because you can't tell nobody. Like, oh, how y'all doing? I guess it's all right. We just going through what we going through, and everything is fine. We go through our stuff. Like, shoot, I like being married.
Yeah.
What if you're married to your friend and you don't want to feel bad about it? Well, guess what? I'm married to my friend and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. He's my friend.
I gotta be honest with you. We're not one of them couples who just sit there and act like we having a good time together. We're actually cracking up.
Yes.
And hopefully it's not at your expense. God bless you. Because Joy got to spice them out. She was saying some fly stuff. All right. I love y'all. But we so thank y'all very much for being on today. This topic about affordable housing, it's so important, specifically in the United States of America, where, the prices are so expensive on everything. If you can't get a lot of people are struggling to find a place to stay that's going to be sufficient for their family, for their needs, that is at an affordable price point.
Right.
And then there's other people who are in a transitional period in their life. Maybe they're going from, the lack of employment, or coming from, a military or disability, or all kind of different things, or just somebody had we had people
just having some life challenges
or life transitions. Now I got these kids over here. I got grandkids I'm dealing with. I need some support.
Right.
And so, many people find themselves on different kind of voucher programs or different programs that are going to help them to be able to pay for their basic living expenses.
Right.
And these group, there's so many myths around this group.
It really is.
And so we're going to be talking about today, specifically talking about this one subject of Section 8 myths. We're going to be debunking some Section 8 myths. And we're doing that very intentionally. Because you need to know the real deal. So what's up, Margaret? What's up, Don Trey? Hey, we're glad y'all on. So we're going to be talking about some real stuff. Everybody just come on, holler at us in the chat. We love to see y'all. But I'm telling you right now, Section 8 is one of the most misunderstood programs.
It really is.
And I think in many ways it's got a bad rap, but then in some ways I think that people may not get it all the way on the investor side.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about it from both ends. We're going to be talking about things that people just don't know. And we think that we can help you.
And that we found out from our own experience.
Based on our experiences and the experiences of those who we're helping in community with, who we think is going to help you out very much.
For sure.
All right. So let's not delay. Let's get into the topic of the day, which is debunking the Section 8 myths. And then we are Coach John
and Coach Joy.
And we're all about helping you and being your guide to financial independence through real estate investing.
Yes.
This is what we love to do. We do it all the time.
Mhm.
I think we're pretty good at it, but
I think so.
well, some people think we're pretty good at it, you know. And so
Yeah.
we'd love to help you with that, so that you can retire early and be able to do the freedom formula and live this out in real time.
Yes, because you're gonna turn your time into money.
And turn your money into assets.
Turn your assets into freedom.
And so this is where we say freedom too. Well, freedom to do what, Joy?
To do what you want to do.
Yeah, well, freedom to do the thing that God's called you to do.
Yes.
And there's something, you just gotta know what it is, and then you'll be able to walk in it without the restriction of finances. Now, this is a disclaimer.
Okay.
The stuff we talk about is for information and educational purposes only.
Oh,
Hey, fact check everything you hear from people on Facebook,
Please.
YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram,
Please
wherever
fact
you
check.
finding this, you better fact check,
yes.
because somebody's going to tell you something. And guess what? Maybe a rule change, regulation, maybe there's an asterisk beside it, or you need some more information.
Right.
We going to give you our experiences and the experience of those successful people who we know.
Right.
So, Section 8 myth number one we're going to talk about.
Oh, man. Section 8 homes are owned by the government.
Section 8 homes are owned by the government?
What?
You know, a lot of people really think this right here is that all Section 8 homes are owned by the government.
Right.
You know, a lot of times you kind of got that thought when you think about these big complexes and stuff like that. It's just government housing. And that's just not true.
It's not.
The Section 8 program, the Affordable Housing Voucher Program, is really a program that the federal government provides to be able to help people all over the country who are going through some kind of transition or some kind of life situation where they're not able at that time to be able to afford all of their rent.
Right.
And so they subsidize a part of that rent, so that, or that part of their living expenses, so that they can afford to be able to have a quality place to stay.
Right. So those homes that are on Section 8, they're not owned by the government.
All right. So that's thing number one, because that's a myth.
Yeah.
And so now we debunking the myth today. That's a myth, not true. All right. Next up, only the projects or apartment buildings do Section 8. Okay. Let's get into this one.
Okay.
Everybody who's on Section 8 don't live in the projects, ain't from the projects, don't know nothing about no projects. They're not all. Hey, hold on. Just because some people been on different voucher programs. I don't know about you all, but some of you all who watching this program have been on different voucher programs.
That's right.
Or you've been subsidized in different ways, whether it's some of y'all know that thick sliced cheese. Some of y'all been in that cheese.
Hey, I know
some
about
of that peanut butter. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? Some of y'all know some stuff about some of this.
Yeah.
And so we ain't gonna be talking about every single person who has a voucher as though they're a project person or they lived in apartment buildings or Section 8. This is just not true.
Right.
It says only the projects or apartment buildings do Section 8, and it's not
That's
true.
not true.
Did you know that a good amount of affordable housing vouchers are in single family houses?
Yes.
Nice single family houses.
Very nice.
Beautiful neighborhoods all over the place.
Everywhere.
You know, guess what? Affordable housing options should be provided all over the place, not just compressed into certain neighborhoods and communities.
That's right.
And so you can use them anywhere for any landowners or landlords who want to be able to accept that program. There's usually options all over the country to be able to do so.
That's right.
All right, so that is a not good myth, and we just debunked that one. So
Get
that's not
out of
true at all.
here.
All right, and it could be a house, a townhouse.
Yep.
It could be all kind of different things. It doesn't have to be an apartment or a specific apartment complex at all. All right, so Section 8 residents are bad tenants. Let's see that big myth sign up there.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that funny, Joy. Look at it real funny. Look at it funny. Yeah. What you mean Section 8 tenants are bad tenants? Guess
That
what?
is a
That's
lie.
the most ridiculous thing
That
I've
is
ever
a
heard.
lie.
You know, I'm gonna tell you, in my personal experience,
In our experience.
our personal experience, these are some of the best people you're going to get a chance to meet.
Oh my goodness.
You know, sometimes people get a bad rap. Oh, I got Section 8. I got somebody who's in a period where they're needing some additional help to pay the rent. So now we're going to typecast this whole group.
Yeah,
It's
we're
the
not
same
doing that.
thing.
Mm-mm.
I'm telling you. And then there's a myth that there's a certain racial structure or a certain genders or whatever. You know, it's all kind of people on Section 8.
Mhm.
You know, and a lot of times we getting a bad rap and thinking, okay, well, we just going all of a sudden now turn ours into the Carter now. You know what I'm saying? I got this
The
house.
Carter.
I rented out on Section out. Now it's the Carter. You
Oh,
know, no, it ain't like
yeah,
that.
no.
Now I'm in Cabrini Greens in Southside Shy or something like
Right.
that. You know, it ain't a war zone
Mm.
just because somebody has an affordable housing voucher.
Right.
And so this is the most ridiculous thing. These aren't bad tenants.
Right. So Section 8 does not equate to bad tenants.
Not even
Not at all.
upstanding, wonderful, phenomenal
Some of the
people.
best tenants ever.
So I'm talking about residents many times who care, many
Yes.
times who are appreciative to have, especially if you're a person who has nice property. You know, I'm talking about where you walk in, it's got some stainless stuff going on. It's got some backsplashes, maybe a piece of granite up in there. I mean, if somebody get a nice crib like that, they gonna treat it like they own it. And so to me, I haven't seen it. Some of the best residents that we've experienced have been in Section 8 housing. So myth debunked.
Get out.
Next up.
Oh,
People on Section 8 don't work.
work.
Oh my goodness gracious, man. Please stop lying to the world. No, it's not true.
That's not true.
Most people on Section 8 have jobs.
Yes.
Guess what? And you know, sometimes I don't know if you notice or not. I used to work in the restaurant business for a long time.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you, many of the people who work 40-hour weeks, they still, if they had a couple kids or if they had a family member they were taking care of, a parent they were taking care of, they didn't make enough to be able to afford everything they needed to afford.
Right.
It was unfortunate. I worked in the restaurant business too for many years.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the biggest paying job, but there's a lot of other industries that are like that, where people are working full time. They just need a hand up. You know what I'm saying? They just need to help getting pulled up a little bit. And so that's really what those programs are designed to do, is to pull somebody up.
It's to help assist you with your daily living and things, you know. So it's just to help you out.
So yeah, many people work. Do they have a problem in general paying their portion of the rent? Say absolutely not. You know, I would tell you, we actually have more challenges with straight tenants than we do with Section 8 tenants. And so I think some of the myths that come behind that come from people who maybe didn't take care of their properties, or maybe they weren't really great landlords in general. But if you are a person who doesn't take care of your property or doesn't care about people, well, then maybe Section 8 won't work for you. But I'm gonna tell you, if you care about people and you do the right thing, you know, you'll find great people who work, and then they're just being subsidized, which means that a piece of what they're paying is coming from the government.
That's right.
All right. So next.
Oh, the landlords can't choose the tenants.
That's a myth, man. It's like you just sign up on a sheet and then they just fill your place with whoever. No, it's not like that.
How it happens.
No, it's just like anything else. You got to follow fair housing laws.
It's equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah.
And so if somebody wants to rent your place and they have an affordable housing voucher, a Section 8 voucher, they can be able to rent it, but they still got to go through your program for application. And so if you check credit, check their credit too. If you check background, check their background too. If you check their last references, check their last references too. And so if you don't allow certain breeds of animals and they got certain breeds of animals, then they can't stay there. That's right. You gotta, whatever your application profile is,
whatever your criteria is,
whatever your terms are, that you, as long as you're consistent with that, you know, you get to choose who stays in your property, and Section 8 is no different.
That's right.
Man, we are debunking all the myths here today.
That's right.
You're doing a good job, Joy.
Thank you.
All right, and your lips are pretty. All right, so next.
The government has the set rent amount. Oh, I'm sorry. Has a set rent amount.
Yeah, do you believe that?
Nope.
Yeah, no, okay, got you. So like a lot of times, it's like, all right, so it's a 1-bedroom. They all gonna pay $600 a month, and that's just what it is. Yeah, I don't care what you think you're gonna charge $600. That's how much we're gonna pay.
No, because every 1-bedroom is not created equal.
Yeah, and so it varies significantly by the area, the how much properties are rented for in the area, and then also what the amenities that you're providing inside of the property, if it's fixed up and to what extent. And so it varies, on how much the rent the government will pay, but it's based on the HUD fair market rent calculator, which is easy. It's a public document. And many times, I hate to tell you this, but no matter how much you think you're going to charge, I guarantee you it ain't going to be too much more than the HUD fair market rent calculator.
That's right.
So you want to go online, check out HUD, go to fair market rent calculator. You can be able to look it up by zip code. And so you select your state, select your county, and then select your zip code. And then you can see what the fair market rent is in your space. And then that'll give you a good idea of what Section 8 will pay. And it'll also give you an idea of what other residents in that area are paying for rent.
That's right.
So that is a myth. You get to set your rent.
That's
Next.
Right. Once someone gets Section 8, they stay on it forever.
Yeah, no, Section 8. No, you don't stay on it forever. Many people have jobs, and then as they make more money, the Section 8 voucher amount starts to go down, and then ultimately they come off of Section 8 once they become financially stable and in a position to be able to take care of all their stuff without the need of additional government subsidies.
Yeah, and because there's so many different programs within Section 8 that when you get to that point that you are stable and don't need assistance anymore, they can help you purchase the house.
Right. Hopefully you buy the house. You know, it's the best way. Buy that house, buy another house. There's nothing better than seeing somebody who was previously receiving a voucher, a Section 8 voucher, to be able to buy their own house. And so no, it's not a for life situation. Many of people don't. Some people are on it longer than others based on their live situation.
That's right.
But it definitely varies by person. So that is a whole myth, is that you're on Section 8 forever. This one right here. The myth that Section 8 tenants tear up your properties.
My goodness.
We about to go into this now.
Hear that one.
So they're going to tear up my property. It's Section 8. They're going to tear up my property.
What?
That is the biggest. This is probably the number one biggest myth, is everybody thinks I'm going to rent to somebody with a Section 8 voucher and they're going to come in here and they're going to tear my property up. And I'm telling you, I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
If you're looking for Section 8, guess what? Section 8, they come in every single year and inspect your property. And they will let you will go in there with them.
Yes.
And they're going to let you know if some stuff is not right. Many times, if you got a straight tenant and they're just paying the rent, those are the ones who are tearing your property up. Because if you're not physically getting inside of those houses and they just sending you every single month on this direct draw, and you might not go in there for a year and a half, 2 years. And then what? And then you go in there and it's like, wow, who are all these people? Where did all these animals come from?
Right.
Where these cars come from in the backyard?
Yeah.
All that. We think a lot of times that people are taking care of stuff until they're not. And so from our experience, Section 8 tenants are no more harmful on a property than anybody else. And I would even say less, because they want to stay on the program. And then also that not on top of that is that you're getting more visibility into those properties with the inspectors, etc. So that is a whole myth. That's a ridiculous myth.
It really is.
Yeah, we can tell you the worst kind of properties and where you don't want to do this. I can tell you that for a fact. It ain't Section 8.
No.
It's those low rent cash tenants who stay in these properties that are all run down from these people who have lack of whatever. And so them things is tear up. But Section 8, not a problem. All right, so Section 8 inspections are hard. Ooh.
Well, I would say they're not hard. What I found, they actually have stuff out there to assist you with the inspections that tell you what they inspect. So they're not hard. It's just gotta do the stuff. Gotta make sure they work.
So there is multiple tools out there. There's videos, there's sheets and things that can help you. Crazy. But ultimately, the Section 8 inspection isn't hard if you know what you're doing. Because when you go in and first get a property, the first thing you're going to do is fix it up. For 9 out of 10 real estate investors, they're not buying full price turnkey properties. You're
Right.
buying something that needed to be fixed up.
Yeah.
So if it needs to be fixed up, then what are you going to put on there? All the handles. You're going
Right.
to make sure all the windows work. You're going to make sure the
All the
smoke
doors
detector
work.
works. If you got an oven in there, you're going to make sure the oven and the stove work.
Right.
I mean, if the refrigerator's there, you're going to make sure the refrigerator works.
Mhm.
You're going to make sure that there's nothing peeling or chipped or broken on
Right.
the side of the house.
Yeah.
You're going to make sure that there's no safety risks where a kid running through your property is going to hurt themselves.
Right.
Like, these aren't like significantly hard things that
No.
Section 8 is asking for. Like, if you really think about it, like, being able to open a window and it not close on your child because it won't stay open
Right.
is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Not having a smoke detector so your house burns, you know what I'm saying? Having hot water
Right.
or heat, like, these are not lofty restrictions.
No.
And so the Section 8 inspections aren't hard.
No.
You just need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then also, I think sometimes some people get a little bit frustrated with it if they don't know all the details of what they're looking for.
Mhm.
And if they don't know what you're looking for, and then you look up and your hot water heater isn't vented right,
Right.
or you had an unsafe type of electrical outlet in the kitchen, and you're supposed to have something that would cut off if you plugged in wrong and it wouldn't like burn up the whole kitchen.
Exactly.
And so there's a specific kind of outlet called a GFI that helps to be more safe. And if you don't know to put it there,
Yeah.
and then they say you got to have a GFI, and then you go tell all your friends, that Section 8 inspector failed me over an outlet, and they just gonna fail me over an outlet.
Mhm.
We're like, well, yeah, they did, because it's not safe and they might burn the house down. Okay.
Right.
So you're gonna want to know how to not burn houses down,
Right.
and how to make sure basic things work. Like the bathroom door should lock. What do you want your daughter in the bathroom and she can't lock the door to
Right.
be able to go to? Come on, man.
It's like basic things, like the house that you live in.
Mhm.
Would you want the doors to be able to lock? Do
Right.
you want hot water? Like the same things that you want in the house that you live in would be the same thing that a resident who is on Section 8 would want in theirs.
Right. So we ask you this
Yeah.
question, and so it says Section 8 inspections are hard.
Yeah.
They are
Nah.
not. So
Nah.
you need to learn these programs, and they're not that hard. And if you are looking to go about doing some affordable housing or looking to do some rentals, and you
Yeah.
say, man, I want to learn it on my own. I just want to just go figure it out. Well, guess what? We highly recommend
Go ahead.
rewatch this video,
Yeah.
watch some others,
Mhm.
go on the Section
Go
8
on to
website,
YouTube,
talk to a bunch of people, go to some
Yes.
meetings,
please.
read some books,
Oh yeah.
or there's other
Mhm.
options. There's going to be some people who are going to do those things, but
Yeah.
they would rather somebody who's been down these roads,
Yeah.
has systems and processes,
Yeah.
checklists that they follow, things that they normally do, a peek behind the curtain,
That's right.
who want to be part of a program that's going to help them, part of a community that's going to help them to be able to accelerate
That's
and
right.
hit the easy button on Section 8. And so come on, join us. We would love to be part of that crew for you.
Yes.
We love to mentor couples and help them to be able to do real estate the right way, the
Yes.
easy way, the not hard way.
They're not hard.
And
way.
so text us at 502
632.
3005 502 632 3005.
Yes.
And we would love to help you on your real estate journey, to be successful,
Mhm.
to go to another level,
Yeah.
to provide great housing.
All right.
And the more you serve people, and if you serve them with great value in your
Mhm.
real estate endeavors and your properties, you know what they're going to do? They're going to pay you.
That's right.
Anytime you bring value, there's going to be something that comes back for you. But if you
Mhm.
don't do it right, it could be a whole lot of problems, and it could cost you a lot of money.
It could.
And so we love to be able to have you on the right side of that coin.
That's right.
All right, this was a good one, Joey. It was
This was
short
a
and
good one.
sweet
Short and
today.
sweet.
Section
Bing,
8
bang. Yes. Debunked.
debunked.
Yes.
All right, but we love y'all.
We'll see y'all.
God
next
bless you. We
time.
can't wait to see y'all again next time. Until then, remember,
Remember,
it's always
better.
so much
So much better
So
together.
it's better.
So much better
So much better together.
together.